Spoilers for Ninjago, Last Airbender, Legend of Korra, and Hazbin Hotel. Why are feminine female characters so hated? In this video, I will try to break down why the world has become way too obsessed with characters breaking the norm, and how I used to think like this as well. I just want to start off by saying that femininity is not inherently a female thing. Everyone has a certain degree of feminine and masculine traits. In short, I would describe femininity as being nurturing, empathetic, giving, and intuitive, while masculinity is being protective, logical, strong, and loyal. But don't quote me on that, because that's just my interpretation of it. Feel free to correct me in the comments in a respectful manner. But in this video, I'm only going to be talking about the girls who are more on the feminine side, and the girls who are more on the masculine side. Maybe I'll make another video in the future talking about male characters who have feminine traits. Who knows? But for now, I want to talk about how people just seem to hate when a female character has a feminine personality and a stereotypically female hobby. Time and time again, I've seen how the super femme female character will always be the least popular one. Take Vania and Akita from Ninjago, for example. Everyone always praises Akita for being stoic, badass, and a fighter, but then they call Vania obnoxious and annoying and too peppy. So it's pretty suspicious how every other female character who has typically more masculine hobbies are praised, while characters like Vania and Sally are scrutinized, them being the most girly pop girls of the series. It's kinda hard not to notice the pattern. And we also have characters like Charlie Morningstar from Hazbin Hotel, who is super peppy and feminine. She gets great character development, yet she is still overshadowed by the angsty, brutal fighter known as Lute. And then of course we have to talk about Avatar and Legend of Korra. Back in the day, Katara was heavily hated for no reason. It's no wonder she was overshadowed by the other girl in the group, Toph, who is a full-on tomboy, and Avatar Kyoshi, who is the embodiment of masculinity. Kyoshi was chock full of testosterone, especially with her height, hot damn. And then we have Korra, who literally hated Asami at first simply because she thought she liked girly things. And I didn't really like how the show portrayed Asami liking girly stuff as a bad thing. Don't get me wrong, I absolutely love Legend of Korra, but that line where Korra said something like, "I didn't like you at first because I thought you were prissy, but we cool now because you like manly cool bro things," which is actually kind of interesting that a girl was enforcing toxic masculinity onto another girl. Huh. And okay, I'll admit that when I was younger, I was in full agreement with Korra, since I just sort of grew up feeling ashamed of having any feminine traits. My family didn't teach that. It was just me being raised by the internet since age 12. I did say at the beginning that I too used to think like this. I would always cringe if I saw my sisters or my mom wearing makeup or wearing a dress, or if they wanted to cook in the kitchen, or how some of them enjoy cleaning. I mentioned that I wanted to break down why the world just hates femininity in women. I think it stems from the fact that for years women were never given the choice to do what men do, and so when they finally got equal rights, they wanted to try doing things that the men did, which made people in this day and age hate when girls act feminine because they'll say, No, you have to break free from the social construct and the norm." I'm gonna get a bit personal for a moment. Growing up on this internet, I always saw girls being shamed for being too girly, and so it made me want to act more boyish. But at the same time, I also saw girls being shamed for wanting to not act girly and being called quirky for it. We have such a drive to be unique because we don't want to follow stereotypes, but then when we try, we get called cringe for it. There is no winning for us. So I just think the world should chill out and let people be people. If you're a girl who acts more masculine, good for you. If you're a girl who acts more feminine, good for you. If you're someone in between who acts more like one or the other or both, good for you. And just to clarify, I am not saying that any of the tomboys I listed are bad characters. All characters I mentioned are great. I just ask that we stop villainizing female characters who are perfectly comfortable being super femme and girly. It took a lot of time for me to unlearn that feminine traits and typical girly hobbies are bad. And I hope this video can be a start for you too. Toodaloodles! This video goes out to my sister who unintentionally inspired this video idea. Love ya, girl.